Hi guys, it's Sherry. Today we are going to be covering a wood bangle and making a matcha pair of earrings. So the earrings and the design that we are going to be doing is this. I absolutely think these are beautiful and they're super simple. You'll be surprised on how easy they are. So to do the earrings, I have my clay rolled out to my third thickest setting. And then to do my bangle and cover it, I have it right on my number 4 my pasta machine. So that's actually like the 5th thickest. So it's almost like the middle sections, one above. Mine goes from 0 to 9, 9 being the thinnest. So it's right on that level of my middle section. The first thing you want to do is make sure you cover your clay with baby powder. And so the reason I put the baby powder on is to make sure that my roller doesn't stick into the clay or the clay stick into the roller. And this will make sure it's a nice smooth pass. So I'm actually going to just kind of sprinkle that on a little bit. And don't worry, the baby powder does come off. Just want to make sure I get it all there. And you'll be able to feel how smooth it is. And you'll see if you have any shiny spots, whether you need more. So this is the roller I will be using. I got this one from Aussie Craft Cutters. I'll put it in the description. And I'm just gonna roll it right over. Oops. And same thing with this one. There we go. Then I just like to take a little baby wipe and just go right over it. And then I'll take off my baby powder. If you have a little bit stuck on there, it's all right. It'll come off after you bake it. It's not a problem. The clay kind of dissolves the baby powder after a while, so it's not a big deal. All right. Okay, so for the earrings, I'm going to cut them right onto here. And these are from Creative Dork. All right, so next I'm going to put my holes in. And I'm going to keep everything black on the background. And then I just use my metallic rub to basically highlight everything. And I'm going to use my gold. And then you just take your metallic rub and go right over it. That's it. Super easy, guys. I mean, you couldn't ask for an easier project than this. This is so perfect for a beginner, or if you sell projects and you need to like really kind of just push out some stuff right away for one of your markets or something like that. Perfect way of creating earrings and get them out there fast. And I will put the stones on last. First, I want to cover my bangle. So in order to do that, I am just going to kind of measure what I need. So let's go about, I'm going to go a little bigger than I actually need. So about right there and go straight down. Then you take your oven baked clay adhesive, and I do not put my metallic rub on first. And the reason being is as you are putting everything on and securing it on there, you run the risk of moving that metallic paint around, and it just becomes a mess. So make sure you do that last. The earrings, not a problem because I don't plan on touching them now. I am going to keep the wood showing. I just think that's going to be a nice little I am going to keep the side showing. I want wood there. I just think that's going to be a nice little accent. If you do not want your sides showing, then just cover them up with the clay. But I personally don't want my sides covered. Do a nice clean cut. And then just place it right on. And as you're placing it on, try not to allow air in there. Look at that, perfect. And then cut it again. Make sure everything's pressed down. Now I'm not going to mush that too much because I don't want to take away that design. So I'm just going to make sure that it's on there nice. And just press on it lightly. And then trim your sides up. And I want to try to get this baby powder right out of there. A little too thick for my comfort there, so I'm just going to rub it out. All right, and now I'm going to do the inside as well. Doing a bangle is so easy, covering them up. I mean, it really is such an easy little job. So doing something like this, you know, to create like quick little projects, this is a perfect example. So get that adhesive right in there. And you could keep the inside wood as well. I just want some design on mine. And I am very carefully holding this. I am not mushing my piece, because you don't want to take away that beautiful design that you just put in there with the roller. And then just start putting that in there. And you'll see I'm just placing it in there. And then as I place it in, I'm kind of putting it in position where I want it. I'm hoping you can see that. And then I know I have to cut there. About right there. Get that extra clay out of there. Line everything up. I'm going to slowly just press and softly to make sure everything has contact. So right here you can see that piece isn't all the way together. So I want to make sure that it has nice contact there. Clean up my sides. Now see, I personally really like the wood there. Like I said, if you don't like the wood, then you could cover it up with clay. But I think it's gonna just be, it almost looks like a little tire with those, with the treads. Okay. Now I'm gonna get my metallic rub on and I'm gonna go right in there. And because this is all lifted, it is only gonna get the top parts that are lifted. I'm not pressing down hard enough that it's gonna go inside those designs. So you'll always have that black. Now I want that a little bit more blended. So what I'm gonna do, because now that I put that color on, I can really see it. So I'm just gonna take my tool here and I am just going to carefully just go right on the top part and just blend that. Make that piece become one. All right, and then we just take it, go over with our metallic rub, and it looks beautiful again. And you could do any color. That's the great thing, is that you could really have a lot of fun with this. And just think if you did like white and black, that would look super cool. Or if you did like black and red, black and blue, purple, so many options. All right, and lastly, I want to add all my little stones here. Now this, by adding these stones, that's where you're gonna get your fanciness from. So you could either keep it like this as more casual, or you could add the stones for a fancy night out of the town type of earring and bracelet. And I'm gonna do the fancy night out of town because I think that is what will draw more people to it. These are all heat sealed gems. So as you put them on and you bake them, they like automatically glue themselves to the piece. So it heats up and glues. So you don't have to worry about, if you don't want to add, say you're doing like all black and you just want to add the stones, you don't have to put a sealer on because the stones will be like glued to it. But I am going to put a sealer on this because I'm doing the metallic rub on, but not because of the stones. So I'm almost done with this part of the bracelet, but you can see how beautiful does that look. Is that not gorgeous? So simple. I mean, I'm telling you, these little rollers, you could do so many things with them. And this is just one idea that I have. So just by adding these little gems, really is just going to bring the whole piece out. Just absolutely beautiful. Oh, that one's like white. So right where the seam is, I'm just adding gems right around that area to kind of blend everything in, and you will never know that seam was there. And you can see I'm just adding the gems right at the top of each one of these areas. These stones here remind me of Mystic Topaz. They just have these beautiful like rainbow colors. This area, I don't like how all that gold is kind of like in there. So I am just going to take my tip here and I'm going to clean that up because my gold kind of smeared. So I'm just going to kind of take my tip And you see now it's cleaned up, so it doesn't look so blended there. And I think that's just the way that I did my roller, that it got that way. So I'm just gonna clean that up, and now it's not so messy looking. Look over your piece. Make sure you didn't miss anything that you want to add, you know, stones to. So like this area is kind of bare, and I'm just going to add a couple stones in those areas. So just look over your piece. Make sure you didn't miss anything. Take your time. So I want to make sure I have each one of those little tips covered in a gem. I'm pretty sure I got them all. I'm going to clean up this area as well with my tip. Make it a little bit cleaner looking. Because I don't want anything messy looking on this. This piece is just too beautiful to have it messy looking. The inside, I am not going to do anything with. I'm happy with the way it is. And besides that, you don't want these little gems laying on you. So now I'm going to put this in my oven, 275, because I have all primo clay. This is not very thick, so I am going to bake them for a half hour, and then we will come back and complete it up. My pieces are out of the oven. I am super stoked about this. Look how beautiful. Is that not absolutely fabulous? I think this is so breathtaking. I love this. I was going to leave this originally wood, but I decided that I am going to actually put my chrome marker on it, because I'm going to do the same thing with my earrings. Look at the earrings. How beautiful. So the first thing I'm going to do is the bracelet. So I'm going to just, and it matches so perfect. So I'm going to just go right around the edge, and I think that'll just give it that extra shine that I love. You could keep yours just wood if you want. I always encourage people to follow what they really want to do. And I'm not going up and around or inside. I'm just getting my wood. Just getting the sides, making sure it's all covered up real nice. Look how nice that looks. So there's the wood. It's a little too plain. And there is the copper. So I think this is a better alternative than just the wood. And there, look at that. Is that not beautiful? I really love this design. This design is gorgeous. You could do so many things with this roller. All right, so I'll let that dry for a few minutes. For the earrings, I'm just going to do a quick little sand on the sides. Get any extra that may be kind of laying there. I really like this shape. It's beautiful. And then I'm just going to kind of wipe it down, make sure no dust is on there. And make sure your sides are nice and clean. And then I will edge my sides. And that like really matches perfect. Look at that. That matches so nice. When I put that gloss on there, those are going to shine like this chrome. All right, so while that dries, we'll start putting our gloss glaze on this. I just want to double check, make sure I didn't miss anything. Everything looks great. And then I have my Sculpey gloss glaze. And I will do the inside first. And then just take my paintbrush and go over the whole thing. And this will protect your metallic rub-on. I like to take my finger and just go around the whole thing and make sure I am not missing anything. And then the whole thing I know is coated in that glaze. And go over your whole top. And this stuff dries fairly quick, so you don't have to worry about it taking a long time to dry. Like my sides already absorbed right into that wood. So right now, focusing on making sure I'm pushing all this glaze into all those little nooks and crannies. Okay, and then I'll take my finger once again, and that'll help take some of the gloss off of the actual stone, because I don't need it on the stone. And then I'm going to hang it to dry. Okay, so this is still a little bit wet, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this completely dry, and then I'm going to glaze them, and then I'll pop back on and we'll put our earrings together. All right, so all my pieces are completely dry. Everything looks beautiful. I did want to point out one thing first, though. I ended up putting bright tone over this section here, because the more I thought about it, I don't think this Sculpey Gloss glaze would protect this like the bright tone would. So if you have something that would seal like wood, I would suggest using that on the sides if you keep it open. So the last thing we got to do is just add our findings. So you can see the edges are beautiful. Everything looks great. The inside looks fabulous. I really like this a lot. Let me put this on. Look at that. Look how gorgeous that is. Does that not look fabulous, guys? That is such a beautiful bangle. Absolutely beautiful. I think that is going to make sure to grab attention and really stand out. Just absolutely beautiful. All right, so let's get our findings on here. So I'm going to take my 2 jump rings as well as my fish hooks. I always like to take the bottom of my loops here and turn them. This way I don't have to add a second jump ring. If you have never attached earrings, they are really simple. These, I'm using the ovals jump rings this time. You just open it up, place it on, and then take the part that goes in your ear, always faces the back. And then you take it and close it. And that is it. So it's really, really simple. And there you go. Now you have these gorgeous earrings, a gorgeous bracelet, and it was really easy. I've really loved bringing you these easy ideas that work really well, and that stuff that you could do quickly if you need to. I mean, honestly, you don't even have to add all these gems if you don't want to. I just really wanted something that was going to be a little bit more fancier. So that's why I went with the gemstones. But if you enjoy creating these pieces with me, please remember to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all next time. Bye.